Today we will discuss about nomenclature in living world in zoology, unit 1, chapter 1. So in the previous classes we have discussed about the classification and its types, and now we are going to discuss about nomenclature. Nomenclature means naming of an organism on scientific basis. So that is, a baby is born and we are keeping the name to the baby? No. Like that, if an organism was discovered, that organism should have a scientific name. And now we are dealing with the zoology. So we have to know the zoological name of the organism. We have to keep the zoological name of an organism. So the naming of the organism is done based on the guidelines of the International Code of Zoological Nomenclature, ICZN. That is, nomenclature means naming of an organism based on scientific basis. On what rules you are keeping it? ICZN, International Code of Zoological Nomenclature. Okay. And there are two types. So many types are there: binomial, trinomial, polynomial. But in your syllabus, they had given two nomenclature: binomial nomenclature and trinomial nomenclature. Bi means two. Nomen means name. So two name on side, that is, having two names to an organism on scientific basis is called binomial nomenclature. Having two names is called binomial nomenclature. So one is generic name, another one is specific epithet. Epithet is nothing but the name. And this was used and popularized by Carolus Linnaeus. Here the national bird, Indian peacock fowl, that is peacock fowl, Pavo cristatus. That is, Pavo is the generic name and cristatus is the specific name. And a easy way, Hibiscus rosa sinensis is the shoe flower. Hibiscus is the shoe flower. Hibiscus is the generic name and Rosa sinensis is the specific name. So that is in plant. So for animal, they had given the Indian peacock, which is the national bird of our country, Pavo cristatus or cristatus. So Pavo cristatus, you pronounce it like as Pavo cristatus. Okay. So Pavo is the generic name and cristatus is the specific name. So two names for the peacock. And the biological nomenclature derived from the binomial nomenclature. Binomial or binominal nomenclature that was originally codified in the works of Linnaeus in the Species Plantarum 1753 and System Naturae 10th edition in 1758. So these publications are the starting point for the modern biological nomenclature in most groups of the plants and animals. So this binomial nomenclature was introduced by Gaspard Bauhin in 16th century, and it was followed and it was suggested to followed by Carolus Linnaeus, and he had used this binomial nomenclature in his books Species Plantarum in 1753 and System Naturae in 1758. Based on these publications only, the binomial nomenclature is become famous, and modern binomial, that is biological nomenclature, in most of the groups of plants and animals are used. And if you find an animal with 4 legs, with 2 eyes, paired ear pinnae, covered with fur, possessing mammary glands, which class will you position it? So think that an animal with 4 legs, 2 eyes, and an paired ear pinnae covered with fur. And mammary glands. So which class? The class is Mammaliae. Okay. Trinomial nomenclature. Tri means 3. So 3 names. Generic name, specific name and subspecies name. As in binomial you have genus name, species name. Only 2 names. In trinomial you have 3 names. Generic name, species name, subspecies name. Here I had give the Indian house crow name. Corvus splendens splendens. Corvus is the generic name. Splendens is the specific name. And splendens is subspecies name. So 3 names are in usage. So trinomial means 3 names. Tautonin. The generic name and specific name or species name are same. So present, that is example, Naja Naja, the Indian cobra. So you have studied in Tamil, Adukku Mozhi and Rettai Kilavi, Sala Sala, Taga Taga, like that. The tautonym has the same generic name and the same species name. So here Naja is the generic name and Naja is the specific name. So like this it comes means it is called tautonym. Example, Naja Naja, Indian cobra. They may ask in 2 marks. What is tautonym? Give example. The rules of nomenclature. To frame the nomenclature, we have to follow some rules which was framed by ICZN. The scientific name should be always printed in italics. Italics only you have to print. If you write it in your hand, you have to underline the generic name and specific name separately. Okay. And the generic name should be always, generic means genus name should be always in the capital letter. And the specific name, that is species, should be in small letter, that is genus name should be in uppercase, that is capital letter. And the specific name or species name should be in small letter, that is lower case. Okay. The scientific names of any 2 organisms are not similar. So in your class you have 2 Gautams or 2 Kishores or 2 Balus. But with the help of initial you will variate them. You will variate with the help of initials. Like that, here also no 2 organism won't have similar scientific name. If it is have means that that name is discarded, that name is eliminated from the nomenclature. Okay. And if you keep, that is you had found out an organism and you have keep a name. For example, Felis Leo. It is a Felis Leo lion name. And this was discovered by Lin. And you can put at the back as the initial Lin. Felis lion Lin or Felis Leo Lin or L. Okay. How we are putting our father initial in front or back of our name. Like that, if an author of the plant or animal who discovered the organism and named the organism can be put at the end of the name of the scientific name of the organism. So example, Felis Leo Lin or Felis Leo L. Even you can mention the name here also at the back of the name. That is Felis Leo Lin 1758 or Felis Leo L 1758. And if the species name is framed of an author, that is a person name, it should be ended with I or double I or AE. For example, ground dwelling lizard, a new species, Cryptodactylus, that is it belongs to Cryptodactylus, and it was named after the scientist Vardhagiri, that is Cryptodactylus Vardhagiri. You can see this 2I at the end. So like that you can end it with the author name, double I or single I or AE. So these are the rules of IC Z10, that is rules of nomenclature. They may ask in 5 marks. Thank you for watching the video. If you have any doubts, post your doubts in the comment box. If you like it, give a thumbs up, share and subscribe to Science Easy Tech channel.